Well, guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. It's a beautiful, beautiful, sunny Monday morning here in the shop, and we're going to get started on, I think, some of the electrical and maybe pull some of these hydraulic lines. Basically, what we're doing is we're prepping now for paint. So I'm getting excited, but there's still a lot of work to be done. I need to take all of this stuff here off. And I want to catalog it or document how I take it off, so that when I put it all back in there, I can put it correctly. I've got the wiring harness diagram, so even if I mess some of that up, it won't be a big deal. But the big thing that we're going to try to tackle today is going to be this section right here, our dashboard or whatever you would call this. I need to get the gauges out. And then I need to get all this wiring out of here. So it's going to take a little bit of effort, a little bit of work. I mean, it doesn't look super complex, but I just want to do it right, and I want to document it in a way that hopefully it'll help some of you if you're doing similar projects at home with your Oliver tractors, or I suppose this could translate to other tractors as well. They're all going to be somewhat similar. So I think first thing we'll do is we're going to disassemble this section right here. I've got I've got one new gauge. I'm going to try to keep my tachometer original and just try to clean up this chrome bezel as best I can. And then I've got new grommets for the steering wheel column. And then of course I'll put all new wiring in. So let's get started. Let me pull you in just a little bit and I'll show you some of the details, because I'll probably put you on time lapse at some point during this video, just because there's going to be a lot of tedious stuff. There's just a ton of little bolts all along here. But let me pull you in and I'll kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to do before I actually get into time lapse. So we're going to take all of this stuff here off. Of course, we'll leave the filter. I may take it off when I paint it, obviously, but for now, we'll leave that on. But you can see right here, this whole dash panel section here, or steering column panel, I'm not sure what you'd call it. I've got a new gauge for this, and I have changed it to negative ground, so I've got to wire this for negative ground. This is my tachometer, and of course it shows the hours, and I'd kind of like to do this, keep this, so I'm going to look to try to clean this up. I'll pull this out, and I may end up trying to pull this chrome bezel and the glass off there so I can clean the glass, and maybe very, very delicately try to clean that black part back here. Maybe lube some stuff up. So we're going to take off all these bolts, these side bolts. I've got that's my fuse block. It bolts right there. And I've got a new fuse block. I think I'll use it, though I may salvage that one there just because it bolts on correctly. The fuse block that I got does not. So a lot of wiring and stuff in there, and I'll label everything. Again, I'll have to adjust when I do my wiring, when I rewire it for negative ground. So let's get started. I'm going to put you on time lapse. So we've removed all the wiring. I put a steering wheel on here temporarily because I've been kind of messing around a little bit with the steering, just checking some of that stuff out. But we've removed all the hydraulic lines, all of the electrical lines, so nothing remains. Went ahead and took off the generator as well as the starter on the other side. Removed these lines to the hydraulic cylinder, and of course all the power steering pump stuff is taken off. Give me a good look at all that. I'll end up taping up that hole where the starter's at before I power wash this thing again. And then I think I'm going to be borrowing a buddy's sandblaster, and we're going to see if we can't get it sandblasted. So that's not next. The next thing is our brakes. So that's what I'm going to, that'll be the next video, I believe. I've got a new tie rod tube to replace this one here. It is slightly bent and it sits and rubs against that casting. Plus I'm misaligned, and that's kind of why I've got it jacked up right now. I wanted to check my alignment, and it's this wheel here is severely turned in. Matter of fact, the tie rod link tubes are about an inch different. Bucky, chill, dude. So guys, that's that'll be it for the disassembly of all the wiring and hydraulic hoses. So stay tuned till the next video. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks.